both come in hot. Wait, we both come in hot in tank tops.
Yeah. That's the fault.
Yo, bro, I have so much to want to go over with you.
Bro, same. I got a lot of topics I want to talk about. I think it was good to have a week break because I have a lot. I'm looking forward to it.
Was it a success, the deal?
No, it's still in talks, and we'll see. They're actually, you know who, are rolling up a whole bunch of different newsletters, and one of those transactions went through a little cheaper than I would want for the prize. Like, it'd be a few $100,000, which would be okay. But yeah, it's tough. You just lagged out.
I lost you. The last words I heard is a few $100,000. What's after that?
Yeah, so if something goes through, I think it'll be a few $100,000, which is okay for years of work, but it could be a lot more. But then again, there's a lot of uncertainty. So yeah, talks are still going on. I'm kind of leaning towards I kind of want to sell it because, dude, as soon as it came up, and maybe not even to these people, because there'll be a few interested parties, but I love doing new things, and my mind is already gone on different ideas.
I can feel that.
Can you? I wanted to ask you about some.
Yeah, I would say I think you would be happier if you begin a new chapter in your life, because it's a really big world. There are infinite things you can do, infinite adventures you can go on, infinite girls you can date, right? But each chapter you get to learn different things and get to experience different feelings. I think you're very good at what you're doing now, and the margin of utility is getting lower and lower each more year you go into.
Dude, starting new things is always extremely fun. Starting a new chapter is always extremely fun. And I know the value is built, like once you have something off the ground, the value is built like going in and reiterating and making it better and better and making it bigger. But I don't find that as exciting as starting from zero, starting a new chapter, getting something else off the ground. So yeah, I wanted to run some potential business ideas by you. We might just keep running it. We'll see. But if the right offer comes, it's pretty nice to get a big stack of cash, and then the world is your oyster. You can do whatever you want. You have complete free time. So it's tempting, man. It's tempting.
I think the guy who sold Shepherd, and he said that if I work on this for 3 more years, I might be entitled to a bigger paycheck. However, at this stage of my life, I want to get my first nut and then go on my noble missions. I want to have that safety cushion, even though I have a probability of so-and-so in the future. But now it's 100% confirmation, which gives me mental peace and like inherent happiness. I think that is worth it for you.
Yeah, bro. Like when me and James started it, we were like, we're going to build this until we sell it for at least a few million. But then when an actual offer of like decent money comes, it's like, well, do we actually want to keep like pushing it? Do we actually want to push for that? Because it's a lot of work and the world's our oyster if we let it go. So yeah, we'll see. The other thing is, what I hate about that business is it's so dependent on crypto prices and the crypto market, and I hate being into that. So if prices aren't going up and new highs aren't being made, new people aren't coming into the space, and it's so much harder to grow. So it's like one of the biggest leverages in the business we have no control over. Like we can put as much work in right now, but because crypto's been shopping around for months now and it hasn't made new highs and a lot of people are uninterested in the space, doesn't matter how much work we put in, we're not going to get much output for our input. Whereas at a different time, if Bitcoin makes a new all-time high or if it crosses 100K, then every little bit of work is like times to 100 because there's just so much more interest. So, and I hate that. That is one of the biggest things I hate about the business, because the input and output, the biggest like variable, we have no control over it whatsoever.
In scientific terms, when you lose sense of control, you get that hopeless syndrome or something along those lines.
Yeah. That's what a big realization. A whole lot of my life is just trying to get more control over things, and I hate when you don't have control over certain things. There's no way for you to get control over them. I think that's a masculine urge that a lot of guys have, is just trying to have maximum control over your time, control over your own freedom, control what you do with your day, where you are.
I think a scientific experiment that I read is like, I think the scientists are electrifying or electrocuting, electric shock those little mice, right? One controlled group is, you have this warning sign, and the other just completely random 24 hours, and the latter group just literally get depressed. Even if you shock them, they'll just lay there and give up the hope. because they feel like there's nothing you can do. I can do to prevent this. I forgot it was dogs or rats, but it was those kind of experiment.
It's interesting. So it's even more biological than even just being a human thing. It's like every living thing wants this degree of control. That's interesting.
So what are your ideas?
The big one that I have, so if I look at a smorgasbord of things that I'm good at and things that I could do, this wouldn't be...
and the society want, the perfect trinity.
It would be the thing that the most people have asked me for is they see my lifestyle and that I can travel everywhere, make decent money online. And they're like, how do you do it? Like, can you teach me how to do that? I was at the gym the other day and I got talking to this kid next to me and he was 19 years old, but typical, he didn't go to uni. His parents are pissed at him. He's trying to make money online. And he said he's trying to run faceless YouTube channels. And I was like, that's crazy. Because so my idea would be to teach people how to run AI or faceless cash cow YouTube channels. I know there's a bunch of people that do it, but would do it in like a school community. I think that's
SKOL.
Yeah, SKOOL. Like push people onto a subscription service of that. That would be, if I had nothing on my plate, I think that's what I would pursue first. Because if I have one, dude, I've done it on multiple YouTube channels. I had the ability to start a YouTube channel in various niches and completely AI, no voiceover, no filming, completely faceless, run it from 0 to 1,000, get monetized within a month, and then probably within 3 months have it cash flowing between 5 and 10K, which I think is a crazy skill.
I think there's a huge need for faceless channels. I think a couple ideas come to mind. Do you know, like, a lot of historians, interesting things happen in history, UFOs, but personally, I would love to create something for the high income earners. For example, the doctors, whatever content they consume, the nurses, the lawyers, right? The politicians or whatever AI researchers, whatever they look into. And it would be so profitable to spawn those off into a newsletter.
You could do a newsletter, but even just running the YouTube channel and getting the ad revenue, the cool thing about running YouTube channels and faceless YouTube channels is that whatever niche, like exactly what you said, if you ran a doctor's one, a history one, the niches that I'm particularly good at is low competition. The videos don't have to be very high quality, and it's the average age of the viewers is like over 50 to 60 years old. It's like a very old demographic. So I, dude. So
what are they interested in? Pickleball and retirement homes?
Not even pickleball.
Retirement homes.
Surprisingly, crypto is mainly dominated by 50 plus. Geopolitics. Wow. So I don't know if you've heard of people like Peter Zian. A lot of history, like World War II stuff. Older people, especially boomers, love it. Religion. If you make like Christianity videos or stuff about the Bible, there's such I'm in a few, like, I know a few different creators in the AI like faceless channel niche. This guy ran up in 6 months a channel completely AI, super low effort videos, but it was in like the Christianity. I think it's called Bible Stories, and he went from 0 to 300K subscribers in 6 months and scaled it to 50K in like monthly revenue. Unchanneled, and the videos are like, they're not good, bro. They are not good. So yeah, if there's a skill that I think I think it's a great business for people that are trying to first break out of the like 9 to 5, or they don't know how to because it teaches you marketing. It's like you don't need because YouTube pays you and there's a middleman between, like, you don't need to work out sponsors. It's such a simple online business to first start making money. Anyone can do it. AI just makes it easier and easier and easier, and it's a lot.
I'm so excited. You definitely should do this. Look at Iman Ghazi, right? He's not running an SMMA, social media marketing agency. He's selling courses. But watch, he's not drop shipping himself at all. He's teaching people. First, here's my proof of my ability.
Yeah,
I made this much. Then you make so much. Iman Ghazi, he's like $5 to $10 million, right? And he's making so much more by teaching people.
Bro, when I brought this up to one of my friends, he was like, you got excited about what I just said the exact same argument, but was like, nah, you'd be a scammer if you did that. He was like, if you taught people what you're doing instead of just doing it, he was like, you should just run up like 10 different channels and make as much money doing that. And I was like, dude, you don't get it. The bigger opportunity is teaching other people how to do it and getting paid for that. That's like a 100x bigger opportunity. And he was like, nah,
I agree.
Actually that good with it, you would just keep running up the channels. And I was like, if you take your argument to the logical conclusion, then there would be no teachers, there would be no coaches, no business people.
Yeah.
It'd be like, no one would teach at Harvard because the argument would be, why aren't you... Like, there'd be no business professors at Harvard because the argument would be, why aren't you starting businesses and making money? It's like, it doesn't, like, there's value in both. And in this case, I think there's much more value in teaching other people.
Yeah, he said the right argument. He just kind of blindsided.
The wrong
cited. Yeah. Do you know Ali Abdaal, the British doctor? Yeah. He's teaching productivity, how to take notes for students who are studying to be doctors. I think, imagine you can you can be whatever, work 70 hours a week as a doctor, or you can teach tens of thousands of students to become a doctor.
Exactly.
And if you compare the value you created for the society, then you'll come to understand why you get compensated so much.
Exactly.
Another example, Peter McKinnon. You know him? He's like Ali Abdaal, but have 5 million subscribers-ish, but he specializes in photography. So instead of him being a photographer for whatever wedding or for Met Gala, you could go to the White House and take pictures for Donald Trump. You will never get paid the same amount if you come down to review the best camera gears for all the beginners and create an army of photographers who go out to the world, to the most beautiful spots on this planet and take pictures. The magnitude of difference you create in this world,
I agree, brother. Preach it, bro. Dude, this is why I love talking to you, because you see the world so similarly to how I see it. So my other friends, sometimes we don't land on the same note, but what you said is 100% correct in that the value discrepancy. Yes, I could realistically, if I worked on it all day and it was my only focus, I could run maybe 10 different channels, and I'd have to build up teams behind them, and they could all be putting out videos. So I could do 10 channels. Or I could put together everything I know. I could put together a community and teach 1,000 young people how to do the exact same thing.
1,000 is a way underestimate, bro. 1,000?
Well, you think more?
Way more, bro. Because now, among all the youth, we have this trend how to make internet money. You're the perfect product market fit.
Well, dude, I'm in pretty much like a country town in Australia, and the fact I went to the gym and this 19-year-old kid was trying to run Faces channels, and I was like, dude, I've been doing it for years.
Yeah.
And he was like, I'm trying to go out to Thailand and live in Thailand, but I can't get this Faces channel. I'm like, what the fuck? This kid is literally me like 4 or 5 years ago. And I was like, if I have any skill that I could impart, like that's the most value I could give to people, is teaching them how to do that. Before I started it though, so I've done it on probably 5 channels at this point. I've done it, sometimes my face are in it. Like Crypto Nutshell, I got that monetized in 1 month, but I'm in the videos. It got to 20K in revenue, I think, in its 2nd month. But it's a little different because it's not AI. I've done full AI ones 3 or 4 times. And then 2 of my friends, I've coached them, and I think they got to 10K per month just on Facebook and YouTube within 6 months. So it's like, I've done it again and again and again. But before I jumped into it, I would start a channel from scratch, and I would document it, and I would tell myself how fast I got it monetized, and then how fast I can run it up to.
Wow.
And if I could do that in under 3 months and then make a video out of that, then I'd be like, okay, I know what the knowledge that I have and the skill set that I've built is valid, and I feel morally okay teaching this, like charging other people. That, you know what I mean? So I'd like 100% make sure that I've got it down pat before I would launch or even feel good about selling it. But yeah, that's my business idea. I'm glad that you think it's an exciting idea.
Yeah, bro, start doing it already. I'm gonna be the first one to buy your course, bro.
The other thing I was thinking, if I can do it, then the next step, if I really wanted to make sure it was okay, would be to teach one other person to do it and like run through the knowledge, and I'd like very closely coach them in how to build it up. And then if that works, if I can do it myself, and then I can also successfully teach someone like one-on-one, then it's like, okay, 100% I know the information. If I put it out there and charge for it and people can't do it, then it's not a problem with the information. It's a problem with they're not actually doing the steps, or like it's a problem of the other side. So yeah. What do you think?
Yeah, bro, start doing it already. What are you waiting for?
Well, even if we keep running Crypto Nutshell, I think we were pushing hard, but I don't think it's the right time to be pushing hard and putting all of our effort into it. So I think we'll scale it back to like the minimum required like sending. Like we'll stop sending on weekends. We'll just send during the day, and we'll just continue our sponsors, continue the ads, and like just keep it running. And if Bitcoin hits a new all-time high, then we'll maybe move back and go all in on that. But I'll have a lot of time to be working on something else. So I think I might start working on this. First step will be I'll try and run up a channel. I haven't started yet, but in my head it would be to run a channel from 0 to 1,000 and then see how fast I can get it monetized, and then to 10K. If I can do it in any respectable time, then it's like, okay, game on. I'm teaching people how to do this.
I just received a report from one of the newsletters, Greg Essenberg. He's an internet marketer. And he said, as of now, 2024, the faceless channels, right, the school communities, they are, as of the last year, the AI hype, and the 2 years ago, the dropshipping, and then before that was Amazon FBA, and before that was day trading. Now we are riding the hype. And so it is the right opportunity. He was looking at the Google Trends when like AI channels. Yeah, this year, and school community. You know, all those years back, and there's SMA, right?
Yeah.
There are trends, and people are desperate to learn how to make money online.
I'm looking up right now. Okay, there's one faceless tuber school. Wow, okay, so it has 50 members and it's $50 a month. I couldn't smash that. I know other people do it and other people can teach it, but I don't think people have as good a track record as I do. I've been doing it for 3 years. I've ran channels up to 50K per month. Completely faceless, multiple niches, multiple channels. So yeah, and I think I'm good at marketing as well. I know how to run Facebook ads. I'd probably do it under a personal brand. I'd be like, look at me out in Thailand. How do I do it like that? Those gay like TikTok, the like lifestyle TikToks.
Yeah, you rent cars, a mansion, a Lamborghini, then you start selling courses and making cash.
Yeah. Bro, other thing I wanted to, so that was my business idea. I'm glad that you think it's good. I'm not 100%, but I'm leaning towards at least running a channel up from 0 to 1,000. Just as
you don't have to do that already. You could already make one. So you make some of those videos under your own personal channel and say, hey, here's my stack of proof. Here's how I did it. And you give a lot of value. At the end, say, hey, if you want to know more, like join my community or whatever. And then a couple of videos down the line, you say, I started another faceless channel to prove it's not luck. You know, just like all those YouTubers, they think they get it. They say, hey, they already have others. Hey, I started another one just to prove it's not luck. And you can follow me along the journey.
That's good. I like that. Yeah, we'll see. I'm not 100%, but I'm leaning towards doing something. We'll see. It will also depend on how these talks go about potentially selling. But bro, other thing I want to talk about, I'm thinking about coming back to Thailand maybe in 2 weeks' time.
My buddy is coming back the 26th. He's a programmer. He goes to hackathon. He went to Nashville for the Bitcoin conference. You know, he's like one of those geek guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
Only thing, I probably wouldn't come to Bangkok. I like the beaches too much. I think I'd fly to Phuket and then Koh Samui.
James coming?
No.
Okay.
Oh, he might do. He's
under the lease.
Under the lease.
Fed up. What's up?
He's like getting deeper and deeper into like a serious relationship. So I think he's chilling out for a bit. Yeah, which is fair enough. Yeah. Maybe you'd come, but I doubt it.
If you wanna come, give me a heads up and we can hang out. It's $40 for me to fly down.
Right, yeah. Have you been in Koh Samui or Phuket?
So I don't remember. Need to check my Google Photos. It was 5-6 years ago already.
That's crazy, bro. Like you can't remember it.
Yeah, I went to like 300 cities. You know, it's very hard to remember.
Crazy. Yeah, dude. Honestly, if I end up going, it's $40 and an hour to fly to Bangkok. So I would fly to just go to Roy Sushi with you and then probably fly back.
Oh, what? I just had a couple more ideas. Do you know, for the faceless channels, right? Yeah. I was thinking about what are the high net worth people, right? People who play luxury watches. Like, we don't judge the industry or whether it's a smart game or luxury cars, right? Private planes and the chartering, yachts, the monocle, the race car they drive, F1, F2, F3. And then also, if you come more medical, people don't want to die, right? You can always have so much to talk about all those like dietary supplements and also surrogacy. People pay so much money and it's so niche that it's not like you're doing marketing in general, crypto in general. It's extremely niche and extremely profitable, those super niche audiences. That's my 2 cents.
No, you're
Yeah, bro, we're dark together.
bro, you're thinking along the right lines of someone who would be successful in doing faceless niches, because you want niches. You want to be super specific with them. You want them to have essentially no competition, and you want the audience to be old or have high income. And then you want to kind of look for scale after that. But all of these things like surrogacy, things that are going to get more important. So longevity would be a good one, because that's getting more and more popular. With such an aging population of the earth, it's like, okay, what are the trends that are going to be big, and how can I have a faceless channel that takes up market share, and then there's this cash cow that keeps feeding it.
Another thing is, you know that now a lot of the Chinese companies, they're super competitive within the Chinese territory. So they swap all the gaming elements from the emperors to the kings into the Arabic culture, the Islamic. And the religion over there, they started all the startups from 0 to 1 with all the proven the formulas. For example, the Uber there, right? The food delivery there, and the e-commerce over there. Back to the faceless channel, right? I'm sure you can create a lot of content specific for those rich Arabic guys. They don't drink alcohol. There are only so many cars they can buy, and they have a strong purchasing power, yet only so little things they can do online. They couldn't even go on TikTok and watch live streamers dance to send them money.
Yeah.
So you can cater to their need. Yeah.
Did you know online dating is banned in UAE and a lot of the Middle East? Like, you can't go on.
Yeah, I know.
So it's crazy. It's crazy. I didn't know you could, like, I thought that was nuts. Bro, dude, we have a lot to talk about. So that was the business thing. Give me do you think I should come back to Thailand? Is it rain? Like, what's the weather like? Is it pretty shitty?
Surprisingly, now it's extremely good. It's sunny. And yesterday I had the most beautiful sunset of my life. Of this month.
I have do you know Hamza?
This is yesterday.
Beautiful, man.
Yeah. I'm sorry, what?
Do you know Hamza, the YouTuber?
Yeah, what about it?
Do you know his editor?
I don't know.
His editor's name's Harbonator, Sam Harbon, and I met him in Koh Samui, and we became friendly, and we have each other on Instagram, and he lives in Koh Samui. I know it's rainy season, and there's been rainy season the last month, but for the last 2 weeks, he's been putting up like pictures of him by the pool and the sun out, and then at the beach and hanging out at resorts, and I'm like, what the hell? The whole reason I'm not in Thailand is because it's meant to be rainy weather.
Yeah,
dude, I'm getting a major itch. I haven't seen the sun in like 2 weeks. The weather in Australia has been dog shit, and it's cold as. It's been like under 20 degrees every day. So the benefit of staying here is I can get a lot of work done, and I spend pretty much zero money. The negative is I'm not in Thailand, and I hate it.
Well, why does it happen to Thailand? What about the Philippines, Vietnam, Taiwan? Have you thought about those places?
Too much, bro. I love Thailand too.
I see.
Bali.
You're not the only one.
I've been to Malaysia. I've been to Singapore. I think Thailand's the best. Thailand's got everything, man. Thailand's like the best in all the world.
Yeah. You're exactly like me 5 years ago, but back then I was still like I haven't graduated yet, and I was still touring the world. But I wrote down my notepad. I'm gonna come back here one day and live here long term, man. I've been here for 5 months now.
Dude, you're going to Russia soon, aren't you? Or are you not doing that? You said last pod like 2 weeks ago, you said you were thinking about going to Russia.
Yeah, I got my visa already, and I don't know, to be honest. I don't know. I could, I guess, is an option. If you want to come, I guess.
Russia would be very interesting.
But I bet you. So first of all, the business opportunities, right? So now mainly only the Chinese are going to Russia, because there are only direct flights between Moscow and major Chinese cities. And the other thing is the dating scene, because all the guys are in the army. As you can imagine, bro, you could be crippled and one eye blind and still get bitches. So I'm just saying to you, for your own...
Definitely, bro. That does make sense.
Everything with the supply and demand. If you go to the nightclubs, right?
You're not wrong, bro. You're not wrong. And
that's funny.
How's the dating?
But if you're coming to Thailand, I'm more than happy to go to the beach with you. So far, I haven't even been to...
How's your dating scene been in Bangkok? It seems pretty good. It's been pretty quiet.
No, yeah, she cannot hear you because I'm wearing headphones.
Oh, okay.
Shall we now change the gears and go into politics?
No, before we jump into that, because that's going to be long and heavy, and
okay. Okay, you want some lighthearted talk?
No. I want to ask you a question, and I want you to lay it out, and I'm just gonna spring it on you because
Okay.
you've done the most traveling of anyone I know, and you're also the most charismatic and outgoing person, and you seem to
Oh my god, bro.
really fast. What would be your, let's say, digital nomad, and I'm asking half advice for myself because I want to get to your level one day, and then a half for people that are watching. If you had to give,
What?
if you had to give people advice, let's say you're flying solo into a new place, either to be a digital nomad or check it out. What steps would you take to develop a network of people that you want to hang out with, friends, and then like dating scene as well? Like, what are the steps that, like, what is your thought process that you go through? Because the first night that I met you, you were by far the most sociable person. You spoke to literally every single person at the event, found out like you were really good at it. And I like, if you're fresh in a new city or a new location, like what goes through your head? I'm just curious.
Well, it depends. I want to stay in the city long term or not, right? This is the first time I live in a foreign country for so long.
Okay, tell me both. Give me your short-term perspective and your long-term perspectives and how it would differ.
Short term, I don't really social. It's way more effective. So you go into the local expat meetup groups. You don't have to go to a meetup. You just say, hey, is anyone here have Bitcoin or Ethereum? That's a pretty straightforward way for you to find friends. Then the second is you go to the business communities. For example, if there's a group called the Asia Pillar. I'm not sure if you're familiar. It's like a student Thai meetup. It's like not non-digital nomads, but for like more serious entrepreneurs. For example, I went to one of their events. They have a like annual membership fee. You know, it's not that expensive, like $500 a year, but you have access to C-level executives for the big companies here in Thailand. I can send you their guest list for this for next week. Very powerful people. Yeah, that's it.
So you just hit up digital nomad groups, business events, all of that. And what platforms do you even like? Do you look for them on Facebook? Do you look for them on like Nomad List? I found the digital nomad event that we went to on Nomad List, but how did you find it?
I forgot. Probably I first got in Facebook group, then go what's up, you know. Then one person leads to another. Sorry, I don't quite remember. It's hazy.
Nah, all good. I just wanted to get your perspective on like if you're going for a short term, what is your like different? If
I don't.
You went to a place for like a week or 2 weeks, are you just like, I just want to see all the sides and do
Yeah, some expat meetups that's most straightforward. Then for me, I just approach on the street.
Nice.
There's have you seen a guy, like he's Russian, he's like 7 feet tall and it's like double the width compared to me. So I chatted him up yesterday. So basically apparently successful, he's retired, just now living his life here in Thailand. He lives in the same building. I saw
Oh dude, I know who you're talking about.
No way.
Yeah, I don't know if he's Russian, but is he jacked as well? Like really jacked?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Because he has short hair now, but this is a version of him with long hair. That's him.
Yeah, dude, I used to see him at the gym at Life.
I saw him like that.
So intimidating in the gym. I was like,
yeah, right?
How is such a big, huge, such muscle as well?
I know, right? The muscle mass, the weight, the height doesn't make sense. So he chat him up, you know. I said, hey, excuse me, bro. I saw you a lot. Just want to introduce myself. And we start talking. And now in 2 weeks, he's going to Russia and he's inviting me to go with him together. Probably on the same flight.
Wow,
but I didn't promise because I'm going with Michael. Yeah, just saying that from random acquaintances, you might open doors that changed your life trajectory.
Yeah, that's cool. I love that like outlook that you have. Each like the inconspicuous like passing moments of random people can open so many doors. And I think, yeah, dude, people are so much just in their own world, distracted.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people are super antisocial, like won't speak to strangers. So I always appreciate it when there's someone as outgoing as you that like takes that first step and is always going. I'm a little bit like that in some moments, but I wish I was more like it. Because like you are just naturally like that.
One of the quotes that hit me like many years ago. Let's say you meet your dream girl on the street, right? She's with her family or with another male presence that you're not sure if he's her boyfriend. So I would strongly recommend you to try, because when you don't simply just miss out a girl. You miss out a different path of life, a different possibility of how you live the rest of your life. Because whether success or failure, your life forks.
100%. Which is crazy.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Yeah, right?
Dude, I appreciate that. I appreciate some Eugene insight. I'm going to ask you more questions like that on future pods to dive deeper. But let's talk about the politics, man.
Okay, no, not yet. Okay, now let's do some more lighthearted.
All right. You got something?
So I saw those the crypto nutshell. One of the videos is the 7 biggest whales when it comes to Bitcoin. The research is extremely detailed. So a round of applause for you on that.
Oh, did you watch it?
Of course, bro.
That video, I regret it.
It's not just bullshit, copy and paste. You laid out the timeline for their tweets. Like, I was thinking, how did you have the time to dig into all of that? So please illustrate.
It's funny you bring that up because after that video and the next video, I essentially had a breakdown because the videos would take like 10 to 20 hours of research and then putting...
No fucking way. I know. I was thinking, how?
And like halfway through that process, I was like, why am I like, you know that meme of the detective and he has all this red tape and he's like going crazy and like pointing at different stuff. That's how I felt with like looking at like reading through the tweets and then like going back and like checking everything. It was like, it's way too much for something that is, it could be big, but it's not really that big. And I went way too deep into it. So like halfway through making that video, but then I'd committed too much to the video that I just had to focus and do it. A lot of it I like kind of knew. And then as I did more research, like more and more stuff came up. Of all the ones that I did, the one that I was most impressed with was Ryan Cohen, the GameStop guy. The links that I was making between him he put up a photo of him with the Argentina president who was very pro-Bitcoin, and then like a few years ago he was putting up quotes from Austrian economists which are very like Bitcoiner, and it's like,
okay,
only like someone who researches this autistically like I did would make these connections. So yeah, it's funny you bring that up because I regretted getting so deep and making like such long videos about that.
And another concern, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Another concern I have for you is that those type of content is not evergreen. It's not productivity. You watch it 10 years down the line, still be relevant. In a couple months, like those information will be irrelevant.
Yeah, 100%.
That's sad.
Even the latest video I put out, the same thing. That's why, the strategy that we were going to do was that I was going to do a bunch of like daily crypto news, but like looking at the landscape of crypto and how it's been trading over the last few months, there's no interest in it, and it's a ton of work as well. So I'd be putting a ton of work in to exactly what you said, a non-evergreen topic, which like after a week or 1 month, it's completely irrelevant. And because there's not a lot of interest in crypto right now, there's not a lot of new people coming to the space. The output that you get for this massive amount of input is really low as well. So, so that's the rationale behind that. If crypto was booming and Bitcoin was hitting a new all-time high, I'd be completely fine making videos like that, even if they're not. Because getting a lot of readers and a lot of interest. But
do you know back during COVID, right, the lockdown, the stimulus check, it was the most profitable as in the history of YouTube probably. People are making just
2020
each daily stimulus updates, because back then there's no ChatGPT. You cannot just throw a PDF into AI and ask it questions. Back then you have to read and analyze. So all the channels, they update 3 times a day on the stimulus check because people care so much about the $1,000 free money. Oh my God, I was like,
free money.
Yeah.
Everyone was 2020, 2021 was the best time for YouTube because everyone was stuck at home. YouTube viewership was through the roof. Good as before, like all this AI slog had taken over YouTube, so a lot less competition. It was good times.
Let me see what okay, so the couple more recent videos, right? I forgot which channel of yours, but it's more like doomsday content. Do you watch those stuff yourself?
So Jamie Tree, I now have no part in the content creation.
Jamie Tree, I think there's a Jamie Tree.
It's much more doomer. So we were doing crypto. It was pushing around 10K a month, but I couldn't get it to budge, probably because interest isn't really in the space at the moment. And then as soon as I switched to the Duma, like 10x views. Last month did 25K. This month it's on. This month it's on track to do 20 to 30K, but we'll see. I also have no input into the videos anymore, so I don't choose the topics. I don't do the voice. I don't do the script. I don't do the editing. I cue the videos is what I do. So yeah, that's that.
Personally, I just like because I was trying to like watch your videos, right? It's kind of hard for me to follow because there has been doomsday content ever since 10 years ago, right? And it has very little utility when it comes to your daily actions, right? It's not any practical tips. It's like reading self-help. Like, bro, I don't find they're of much value. Sorry, I tried.
Let me put it this way: I'm not a consumer of my own content from that channel. Not at all. It's not.
Okay.
I don't even understand it, to be honest. I don't. I don't know who the people are, and I don't really understand the topics they're talking about. But the team has. So when I was like, this channel's completely fucked. I need to fire the whole team. After I did that,
yeah.
After I did that and put the new team into it, like
reverse jinx.
Reverse jinx. Completely hands off, and it's like. If it's working, it's working. So I'm happy. I don't need to know the topics. I don't need to understand them as long as the whole point of that channel is to cash flow. And as long as it's cash flowing, I don't care if they're putting up the shittest content of all time. I don't care if they're like whatever they're putting up, as long as it's cash flowing and working, I'm happy.
Do you know the psychology term? So sorry, go ahead.
Other good thing is it's a lot less evergreen. So with the crypto stuff, it had to be really up to date. Exactly like I said before. Whereas this like Doomer content, like people will always consume Doomer content for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, go ahead.
Damn, I lost my train of thought. Never mind.
You got more lighthearted, or you want to jump into the meat and bones?
Here's a quote from Naval: "Escape competition through authenticity. Just be yourself unapologetically." I think is a very good quote for both of you and me.
I like that. And I have one of this guy I met in Koh Samui. Awesome guy. Mm-hmm. Another digital nomad, very similar. If you met him, like similar personality to both me and you. Mm-hmm. He lives in Bali now. But he put up this, I don't know if it was an Instagram reel or something, but he's talking about authenticity. And he's like, it's kind of like you're either authentic or you're not. So the advice of people being like, be authentic. If you try to be authentic, you're not being authentic. So it's like, does that make sense? It's like you are either authentic or you are not authentic. And if you try to be authentic, then you're not being authentic. It's either something you are or you are not. So yeah, I thought that
in the coming age of overwhelming AI content, right? Stay true to who you are is literally original and very, very appealing.
The advice is just be yourself goes so much deeper than the surface level thoughts that you first get when you hear that. But just be yourself is insanely good advice if you can do it properly and you can actually just be yourself. Because trying to be yourself is not being yourself. Trying to be authentic is not being authentic. You just have to do it. So yeah.
You remember? I remember my lost train of thought. Like the cumulative wealth of the Kardashians, they're higher than they're a couple $1 billion. That's higher than whatever billionaire's hedge fund mogul. If you think about it, simply by gathering attention, it's a reminder that the majority of the population is pretty dumb. There's this psychology phenomenon called curse of knowledge. Basically, what's extremely common and should be common sense for you is rather very foreign and is strange knowledge to 99.9% of the population. So it's encouragement for you to dumb down your content to appeal to the masses. Remember the Panda Boy thing? The one with the 55 million subscribers? Do you know how many YouTubers sacrificed their entire lives not even getting 50K? And this guy...
Dude, yeah. To add to that, writing a newsletter, the average reading comprehension of people in the US is grade 4 or something.
Yeah, right.
Lower than you think. So you have to be super simple in your messaging. Bro, 50% of the country vote liberals, so like now it's just...
Oh, okay, I'm saving for that. One quick question. Can I ask you about newsletter?
Yeah.
So if I want to start a newsletter, right? So I want to do pure ad acquisition of my first 10K subs. How much money do I need to spend Meta in order to get the first 10K subs estimated?
There's so many different variables that would go into it. So the first one would be, what topic would it be? Like, who would you be targeting?
Credit card, insurance, crypto. Let's say stay with finance.
So like business, like investors, business people over a certain income in the US.
Yeah, whoever watches the top 5 credit cards for 2024 to get most travel points.
Okay, so that would be, say, top 10% income earners in the US. So that would be the subsection of people that we're targeting, because that would be the audience that would watch that video. If you targeted that and you had very good ad creatives, you would get a active newsletter subscriber with about a 40% open rate for between $2 and $2.50 per sub. If you had a good ad creative, and you can get that lower, the better the ad creative is, and it can blow up to like, it can be infinite if your ad creative is terrible.
Do you think you get more
20 to 25k US to target that audience? And if you had like a decently good ad, you can get it lower if your ad is better and you keep split testing. But it can easily be way worse than that as well.
Do you think the dollar will go further if you sponsored the influencers?
No, because and I just based that on I have looked very heavily at like how the biggest newsletters acquire subscribers, and still their main thing is Meta. So that effective thing. I know they did a huge YouTube push like 3-4 years ago, and then they completely dropped it. They don't do any YouTube. So just based off YouTube, them not doing any YouTube campaigns anymore. To my knowledge, I've never seen an influencer do besides for on like long form YouTube videos as like a sponsored segment years ago. I haven't seen like a influencer be like, subscribe to this newsletter. So I still think the most effective, cheap way is, which kind of sucks because it makes the newsletter pay down in a certain sense. But yeah,
even with the privacy law.
So there's actually another variable to go into this is when you, so let's say you did the Facebook ad things of the 20 to 25,000 to get 10,000 subs.
Okay.
When you subscribe to a newsletter, if you're a smaller one, so if you subscribe to Crypto Nutshell right now, you'd get between 5 and 10 different pop-ups to subscribe to a different newsletter. So those people
affiliate,
so they will pay between $2 and $5 per 1 week they do. So if they sign up to all 10, we could get between $20 and $50 from that one subscriber. So that really like off-puts the cost of the thing. So I've never actually worked it out, but it definitely brings it down. So you might spend 20 to 25k, but you might, depending on how, like there's so many variables, you might get 10 to 25k back in affiliate revenue just from the people signing up. And then you have this list of people. So yeah, there are those mechanics at play as well.
I think the best way to get started is still the original content generation.
Yeah, 100%. And you should be supplementing, like if you're doing Facebook ads, you should be supplementing with organic free content anyway.
Craig Eisenberg, he said this ACP funnel, right? So you build an audience on whatever platform. Then C stands for community. You gather your most passionate audiences. Then you P stand for product. You observe carefully what they want, what they need. Then you design product for that's his playbook. One last thing. There, can you hear me?
Yeah.
So my both of my grand passed away when I was a few years old, like maybe 2 or 3, no more. And so one of them is actually a scientist, right? A university teacher, but during the Cultural Revolution, he was oppressed and sent into rural areas to be a farmer. I think it would be very interesting if there's a podcast of them, it's like looking back at your ancestry, right? Looking back how they talk, how they think, what was their accent, right? What's their facial expressions. I think that's really cool, and what we're doing here, just a pat on the back for ourselves. And I think
go ahead.
We will not have the opportunity to do this 5 years down the line. Like we are at this critical time, because in 5 years time there will be 1 billion AI avatars talking to each other, which will be more interesting. They have the best jokes since the dawn of human history, right? The fastest thinkers, the endless information, right? Probably there will be an AI avatar Eugene and AI avatar Jamie talking to each other. So I feel like I just want to appreciate your time and the conversation, the brain juice, the spark of the intelligence. So just appreciate you, bro.
No, bro, I appreciate you bringing that up. And it's so true, because every time I come away, I feel better. I'm in a better mood. I feel energetic. You've got the brain juices flowing. I have ideas. I'm motivated to do something. So it's always so much fun. And I appreciate that you carve out the time as well. And we always get it done. And what you said is so true. Imagine being able to go and watch a podcast of your grandpa, great grandpa, and the issues that they were facing. It's so different. Like their life would have been so different. What were they thinking about? as you were saying that, the first thing that came to my head is I'm always thinking about these like the problems I have are so trivial and stupid and foreign. It's like, should I fly to Thailand or should I stay here? Should I work on this online business or work on this online business? But and like it's like we're so blessed in the lifestyle that we get to live that sometimes you don't take a step back and you're like, even the problems that we have to solve are so like we're so incredibly blessed to do it. You say your grandpa was a scientist and he got exiled and had to go do farm. Like, imagine like, and we talk about, to link it back to what we were talking about at the beginning about control. Like we're just so lucky to have the internet and all these different tools to take back control over our lives. And yeah, we should step back and look at it and then appreciate it for what it is and more because we are lucky.
Yeah, bro. Awesome. Now we're ready. As long as we don't fall into the trap of what was the patting each other on the back and circle jerking, whatever, just comforting each other. Oh, you're like the girls. You're perfect, the girl. You're the queen. He's an asshole. He's the loser. You're perfect. As long as we don't do that.
It's okay to do it for a little bit, but yeah, if we start spending 10-20 minute segments on patting ourselves on the back, I won't go too far.
You're the best, man. No, you are the best.
Go fall into that trap. All right, bro, let's jump into politics because I'm getting notifications on my computer. My camera's about to die, so I think I have about 10 minutes.
Okay, Harris has a higher win rate prediction than Donald Trump now. What the fuck?
I honestly can barely believe it. It feels like the most artificially pushed, like, deep state campaign. I can't believe it, bro. I cannot believe that she flipped it in such a short amount of time. And the stuff I'm seeing on like Twitter and social media is that she's like going viral with like Gen Z girls and they're doing dances and they're calling her a brat and like all this stuff. Like
it was paid.
I haven't seen that anywhere. It seems all completely paid. Like, it seems completely artificial. Like, bro, I've seen clips of her being asked about the economy and inflation, and her answers are about, like, women's rights and women's equality. It's just, like, what I really don't like about the Democratic Party and liberals for the last few decades is every time they speak and give speeches and whatever, it's so clearly inauthentic and not coming from them. Someone's written it for them. If you put her speeches like at different rallies back to back, it's the exact same thing. Trump does have a bunch of flaws, but at least what he says, like off the rip, coming from his head, is authentic. He's not being told what to say. And how can you not respect that over someone that's being told by someone behind the scenes that you don't even know? Other thing that bothers me is she's Indian and she's now like pushing this black angle. Like I saw her go to a record store and she bought a bunch of like famous black artists records and then showed the press. It's so inauthentic and that's what I hate most. And I cannot believe that after Trump nearly gets assassinated, gets some blood on his face, fight, and he's not ahead in the betting. How is that, dude? You need to tell me what's happening. It's your country.
I have one explanation which I will tell you later. Have you heard her speak? She's like incoherent, right? She just mumbles. Words come out of her mouth that means nothing.
Yes, bro. Yes. She cannot answer questions. She does loops around questions. I don't think she has a good understanding of economics or the problems that are going on. Like, I don't think she like has a proper grasp of them, which is terrifying. And the other thing is, imagine she becomes president and then Putin decides to step up the invasion in Europe, or China invades Taiwan, or like some big geopolitical something pops off in Iran and Israel. Do we really have faith in Kamala Harris to sort like, I don't know. I have more faith in Trump, like picking up the phone to Putin or world leaders and like putting them in line. I do not have any faith in Kamala Harris being able to do that. So I would feel so unsafe as her at the helm of every world. Yeah, so that's my spiel.
Trump said if he got elected, he would end the Russian-Ukrainian war in a day or a month. I forgot. But he said he knows how to negotiate and stop people from dying.
Right, and he has a back record to prove it. He's not just saying that. You don't become a billionaire without the back record of being able to negotiate. So it's like he comes from...
Also, when Kamala Harris, the people call her Lady Smile or Lady Laugh. He's creepy as fuck when she smiles and laughs. Right? I don't like that shit. It's extremely inauthentic.
Dude, super inauthentic. It's like separated from the left and the right and values and beliefs, it's just like, if there was someone on the right that was super inauthentic, I would dislike them just as much. It's like, she's just an inauthentic person, and I hate that. I don't know why that is like the standard avatar that comes out of the left. It's like this super inauthentic person who has beliefs and values that they don't even know why they have them. And that's what I dislike the most.
One question. Do you know for the last election in 2020, who's the biggest donor for the Democratic Party? Which company, which individual? Actually, it's the Alphabet. The Alphabet.
Okay.
So basically, as of this year, they manipulated the search results extremely biased. When you search Trump, you get articles for Kamala Harris. When you search Kamala Harris, you get none of the Trump info. So one of the Twitter videos I sent you is exactly about that. No. Is that the other thing? Sorry, about the Jew. The Jew, yeah.
Ask Google, and he was asking about the Holocaust, anything to do with World War II, Nazis, Jews, and it would not answer anything. Then as soon as you ask something about Israel versus Palestine, gave me this huge spiel about very pro-Israel.
Yeah. So it made me think, right? Why Google would want, like, I think at the end of the day, they know what they're doing, right? Maybe. And one of my thesis, right? My hypothesis is that just like the Ukrainian war, right? We send Ukraine trillions of dollars or billions, I don't know. So a huge proportion is going directly into those politicians' pockets, one way or another. Just like the military department of U.S., they laugh in billions, right? Because they spend $500 for a pair of socks. That's their true accounting. And that's another reason why we need crypto for more transparency. What do you think?
No, 100%. I agree. To dig deeper on that, so why do you think Google specifically is the biggest donator? Like, what do they get out of it, you think?
I don't know.
Back to that.
Like the Panda Boy YouTube channel, there are things out of my understanding as of now.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't understand why all big tech historically has been left-leaning. And so left-leaning and San Diego, I don't understand that. I understand why institutions are, because if you're more independent and free-thinking and don't like authority, you're more likely to lean right. So that'd be more entrepreneurial, smaller startups.
Yeah, don't understand.
And if you want to work in a corporation, you'd be more left-leaning. But I don't understand why tech is so much like that. Mark Zuckerberg is becoming a lot more right, which is interesting.
He's building his personal brand on Instagram. Have you seen his reels? Super cool. I strongly recommend you check it out. Yeah, he's telling stories, doing influencer, being super cool with drip.
Bro, it's so weird. He started surfing, he grew his hair out. He's doing BJJ,
the chains,
rent me, and then
Yeah.
he's all of a sudden right-leaning and wants Trump to win. Is there a correlation there? I think so.
Back to the Google. So I think the good thing is that no big companies can stay in power forever. Just like a lot of people who put huge emphasis on their privacy now use the search engine called DuckDuckGo. Enron, Kodak, Yahoo, like all the huge company that nobody thought would ever fail, they failed. So I think the same will happen to Google.
Yeah. And dude, no company lasts forever. And eventually small, newer incumbents, and it could be AI, it could be the thing that takes them out. The only thing is they have so much money and so much brain power. Yeah, who knows? I think it might be longer than people expect, but for sure, they can't be the number one forever.
How's the situation, political situation in Australia? You guys haven't had a recession for a very, very long time, right? So everything must be good?
No, it's a disaster.
Yeah.
You really set me up for this one. So the left is in power right now. Australia is confusing because the Liberal Party, we have Liberal Party and Labor Party, but the Liberal Party is the right and the Labor Party is the left. So Liberal, you would think is the left. And it's because they were at one point, but then their viewpoints got so mixed that it switched, and now it's super confusing. So Labor's in government now, super left-leaning. Dude, Australia's economy is a joke. It's all built on rising house prices and mining. Australia has one of the lowest economic complexity scores in the world, which is like the products that you're making and exporting, how like complex and difficult they are to make. And manufacture, and it has one of the worst in the world. Any business people leave Australia, anyone with a scrap of like, dude, I don't want to extrapolate out the next few decades in Australia, but it cannot be pretty because the amount of immigration they get from low income countries and the amount of people that immigrate out that have high skills entrepreneurs, because the laws here and legislations and tax brackets are very aggressive and unfriendly towards starting a business. It's unbelievable how badly it's run. Young people can't buy houses. Young people can't have kids. They can't afford it. Cost of living is one of the worst in the world, which means they immigrate more people in. Yeah, left or right, like the setup, the macro setup that Australia has put itself in is like a disaster waiting to happen. Inflation's out of control here as well. So yeah, the economy, the one thing it has going for it is it's very rich in resources, and that's why it's never had a recession. That's just because there's mining companies and they just export more things, and house prices keep going up, and they keep immigrating people in to artificially boost the economy. So it's like you're trading off the future for fake prosperity now and not even prosperity for its citizens. So yeah, it's a disaster, bro. It's a complete train wreck, to be honest.
I want to give you a perspective from both the Chinese and the American side. I want to get your response, reaction. So I think that there's so many Chinese people who went to Australia from China. Like, even though I'm Chinese and you're Australian, but I think if you were to have some kind of dislike towards the Chinese community, I think it's 100% justified, because those Chinese people, at least a proportion of them, they only go there to buy real estate and hike up the prices, right? But they never actually live there. They don't contribute. They don't try to merge into society. That's a problem that I see.
Yeah, dude. So the whole immigration issue is, I have no problem with any immigrants coming to. So I'll speak from the perspective of an Australian citizen, because there's tons of immigration from China, India, Philippines, like all Southeast Asia, tons of immigration from there to here. The problem I have with it is when the people that come don't take up, like, dude, a lot of people, I went to the orthodontist the other day and they didn't even speak English. I thought that was crazy. I thought that was fucking insane that you can come to Australia and not even speak the language. If you go into the city, a lot of the like restaurants will only have it in Japanese, Korean, like, dude, all Southeast Asian cultures have set up in Australia. It's like the cultures and values and beliefs that I saw as a kid in Australia are all completely gone because I've immigrated in so many other people that haven't assimilated, and that brought their own culture and values, which is fine. But it's like, now there's no, like, the idea of Australia, put another shrimp on the barbie and let's go surfing and let's have Christmas and let's speak English. It's gone. That's not around anymore. Like, and it's because so many people have immigrated in. The other issue I have with it is people my age, people from school. I could count on less than two hands the amount of people that have gotten married and had kids in my grade, which is insane, because I'm about to turn 27. And if you went back 10, 20 years ago, that would be unheard of.
Yeah.
It's only because people can't afford
feminism.
Bro, yeah, well, feminism, one thing, and people can't afford to buy houses. They can't afford to move out from their parents. They can't afford to have kids. It's extremely expensive. They can't afford to have weddings. And immigration only worsens this issue because there's only a certain amount of houses. If you artificially bring in a bunch of demand, then of course there's going to be more competition and higher prices. So that's where I have a problem with, and we have record-breaking immigration right now. So it's the loss of, and it's like, bro, I don't go to Thailand to experience, maybe I'm a bad example because I don't try to speak much Thai. I only know a very little amount of Thai, but if I permanently live there, I would make the effort to learn Thai. But I also don't go to Thailand and expect it to be like Australia. I don't expect them to have the traditions and rituals and culture of Australia. I expect and want to go and have the Thai culture, whereas it feels like other people come to Australia and they just want their own culture, which leaves no Australian culture anymore. Yeah. One more example I'll give of this is my friend who's a personal trainer. He bought a house and he said, during Christmas, there's no Christmas lights up. No one puts up Christmas trees. Wow. But because there's so many Indians that live around him, they celebrate dim something. I don't know what their celebration is. Their decoration stuff, which is it's like, and that's heartbreaking, bro. As an Australian citizen, I felt that the like culture has been so like muddied and stripped away. It's like, I don't know. We welcome you with open arms. You're supposed to be one of us, but now you claim the land. You dominate it. You
you're entitled and self-righteous that this is how it's supposed to be, trying to change us.
Yeah.
Like instead of pay back the favor. That's how I feel. Both of your points are 100% justified.
Yeah, so that's where I feel on immigration. And bro, I think I have a unique. Both my parents came from New Zealand, so guess you could classify me as a first generation immigrant to Australia. But yeah, it's kind of heartbreaking. And I think a lot of people like to say if you're against immigration, you're racist or like you're
That's not true.
anti this and anti this. And I don't think it's that. And I think a lot of people have the same perspective of like people are welcome to come if they assimilate and adopt the cultures and the values. I'm sure a lot of the crime is committed by these other cultures.
Yeah, very
coming
true.
in, which is like, it needs to, it's a huge issue that definitely needs to be addressed somehow.
If I get to be the president, here's how I would design the immigration policy, right? You have to be extremely high-skilled worker, right? That means you're a net positive to the society. When you come in, you don't take welfare. You don't suck up our tax money. Instead, you're a net tax contributor. Second of all, you have to be willing to assimilate into one of us, like respect our nuclear family culture and everything. Here's how I would approach it.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I don't care if you're black, Asian, or whatever.
Exactly, bro. Exactly. But if
you only focus on your color, that's very narrow-minded. But if you focus more value and inner core,
values and beliefs and just the culture, like the fact that people don't really celebrate Christmas anymore, and it's like, dude, Australia has historically been a Christian, like celebrates all those holidays, and I feel like if you come to Australia, you expect to have those things. And
I saw a street interview. It's India town somewhere in Canada. You know, Canada has a problem with the Indian immigrations, maybe Pakistani. Those are racial groups. And one of the guy was extremely furious, yelling at the reporter, "You fucking dumb people, blah, blah, blah. You know, by 2050, this Canada will be a fucking Indian majority country or Muslim majority country. You know what? The Quran will become the law."
yeah,
And the reporter was calmly asking, "Oh, do you think that is the right thing to do? We will have the fucking majority population. All the government officials will be Muslim. Oh, what the fuck are you gonna do? Huh? You guys don't have babies, right? We have 7, 8, 9, 10 babies. What are you going to do? What the fuck are you gonna do?" Wow. That is my peak fury moment.
That should make people extremely furious, but it's 100% true, man. It's like if you import that amount of people in, and it's like I saw Andrew and Tristan Tate, they brought it up, arguing with people on Twitter. They were gonna do a bunch of when he was like, they were saying that white people are going to go extinct in England because they refuse to have babies. And there were a bunch of like armchair Twitter people arguing back saying, "Oh no, we're gonna deport everyone. We're gonna deport all the immigrants." And they said back, "Are you aware of who your prime minister is? You realize he's an Indian. Like, you've elected an Indian president of the UK." It was when Rishi was still prime minister, and obviously he's a UK citizen, but he's of Indian background. And it's like, it's true. At a certain point, you immigrate enough people in, and then it's not even English anymore.
Have you seen a riot in UK happening right now?
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Dude, don't get me started.
Do you want to recap?
Do you know it? I know it.
So basically, this African American guy, 17 years old. He's very, very black ethnicity. He went to a dance class, with 3 to 6 year old girls, and wounded 10 plus women. All children. They're there to attend I think Taylor Swift dance class. Of course, the left government of UK, they realize this. All right, we cannot tell you who did it because the protection of the ethnicity. And as you can imagine, all the right-leaning people that got angry, those are immigrants, right? And of people of color. So they got extremely furious because this is the last straw on the camel back. This is a tipping point because UK has way too many immigrations, and I say 80-90% of the crimes are committed by those people.
Yeah.
So that's the wave 1. The right are rioting, and the wave 2 is the left people, right? The immigrants. Maybe their first immigration, and some of them are born there, but they're still second generations, right? They still do not believe in any English culture. They're still pre-Muslim Allah stuff. They go to mosque. So they think, I'm entitled. I'm born here, so you owe me everything. I'm a minority. I'm like discriminated against. So they formed up a group and fought back. So now it comes to the third wave, the UK police, right? So when they faced with those racial minorities, the Muslims said, we're here to protect you. But as soon as they see a white English guy, they beat the shit out of him and arrest them in jail. And the fourth wave, they're now doing thought crimes right now. There has been 2,000 cases a year of thought police because you commented this on Facebook. You are a potential risk, and people are jail. There's this graph, right? This immigrant, he raped a 16-year or like I think 12-year-old girl, like 20 times something. And guess what? He got 120 hours of community service. And the other guys, I remember so vividly, he sold anti-immigration fucking stickers, and he got 2 or 4 years in prison. And a lot of such stories. It makes my heart break.
Dude, yeah.
That's a recap.
I knew about the first and the second wave, but I didn't actually know as deep. So thank you for giving the recap. But dude, just reading and hearing the story about the stabbing of the little girls, and it was a Taylor Swift thing. It's like stuff like that genuinely breaks my heart. And something happened a few months ago in Sydney. It upsets me so much on the inside. It was a very similar story. And like, that is why I think politics is so important, and the left versus the right, because there's huge consequences to the beliefs that you take and the people that you elect and the policies that are made. And I don't understand how people can see a big macro picture of what is going on with the world and then come to the conclusion that what the left is pushing, being mass immigration, accepted, like all of this stuff, it's like there's clearly, the ideas are clearly faulty at certain points. And this is a consequence of that. Dude, it makes me, what is crazy is, of all the traveling that I've done, the most safe place I've found is Thailand, which does not, I think, have like on a grand scale the reputation for that. And the least safe I've felt is in first world countries, the UK, Germany, like all these first world places that have just allowed, like, have been super left and have allowed a ton of immigration. And it's like, it's so backwards, man. And it's like, it's kind of heartbreaking if things don't turn around. Let's say Kamala Harris does win and we just keep getting this for the next few decades. It's kind of heartbreaking to extrapolate out the next 10, 20 years and what will happen. If she wins, bro, I'm coming to Thailand. I'm not leaving for 4 years, at least. I'm not going to a Western city.
This quote. Yeah, go ahead. I think
it would be a disaster, bro. Yeah.
There will definitely be riots. No matter who wins, either Trump or Kamala Harris wins, there will be riot. That's why I'm not going back to US this year.
Yeah.
There's this quote. No need for conspiracy theories when incentives can explain everything. Example, in Germany, do you know why they have so many illegal immigrants? Because the left, we committed so much crime in World War II. We need to take in all those refugees. They rape our children. You are a racist. They kill all the children. No, you are judging them on their color. They're self-virtuous. They consider themselves as Saint Mary. So they will suppress all those people who think otherwise. And back to incentives. All those welfares, you know, like the welfare support for the homeless people or immigration people are like 10% of Germany's GDP, because it's explained by incentives. Each new immigrant you bring in, you get I don't know, 10K, 50K.
Yeah, and you got a bump. The other thing, I don't know if it's the same dynamic that's at play in other cities, but I imagine it is. The big incentive for immigration in Australia is put up house prices. And a lot of the people that vote and in like positions of power in our government own all the real estate. So they own tons of it. Like the entire investment portfolios are made up of real estate. So they will pass any legislation and policy to keep the price of houses going up, even if that means just importing tons of immigrants and more immigrants. So yeah, the incentives are there, dude.
Because their tenure finish in 4 years, and whoever takes over next is none of his business, because he'll get all the connections.
Yeah, exactly. They don't give a fuck about the future because they won't be here for it, and they'll leave us. Yeah, it's heartbreaking, man. It's disappointing. Yeah, bro. Do you genuinely think that Kamala Harris wins in November?
I don't know, man. In UK, in Canada, they also have the same problem. They bring in all those immigrants. Those immigrants are yelling and shouting, "We will not work a single day. We are there to take your welfare. We'll have 8 children, 10 children. So you give us, all those taxpayers in this country, they feed my family. They're like that kind of attitude.
Dude, how can that not, like, if you're a citizen of the country, how can that not enrage you, man? Bro, yeah, I'm setting up long-term in Thailand, and I really think the Middle East has got his head on straight, specifically the UAE, maybe Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Dubai is a very bright place.
A very bright place, very safe. I think it's like they see the world logically and no one else does.
Yeah, right?
I want to go to a place where the government like is logical, because I'm a logical person and I want to understand logically what the people in power are doing. Logically, I don't understand what Western governments are doing. It doesn't make any sense in my brain. So it's just an uneasiness living within the confines of a place like that.
If you want to see what it likes to live in Dubai, there's this YouTuber called Liam Otley. He does AAA, AI Automation Agency. That's his business model. He teaches people how to implement AI in their business. He's apparently making 9 figures, and he did a breakdown.
Figures?
Yeah,
he's making 9 figures.
Consulting and everything. Yeah,
he's making
I think that
$100 million a year.
I don't know. Probably. I could be wrong. Maybe 7. Please do not quote me on that. I could be wrong. I think I'm wrong. I think
it'd be like on the level of like, I don't know. It'd be like $1 billion net worth almost, or his business would be worth that. That'd be crazy. He might be, dude. He might be, honestly.
I think 6 to 7 figures. Sorry about that. Wrong number quoted. But he's definitely making a lot of money.
Yeah. I'll look him up. So 2 things I'm going to do is look up Mark Zuckerberg reels, and I'll look up this guy and check it out. But I love Thailand. Of all the places I've like tried out so far, Koh Samui is my favorite. It's got the gym. I love being on a scooter. I love Thai people. I love the food. I love the tourists that come. I love the digital nomads that hang out there, man. It's up.
People behind. I know there's a PR team that's running this.
Yeah.
He wants to achieve something.
He wants to do something. He wants to be cool. All right, bro.
That was good, bro.
Yeah, that was good. That was a long one. I think that's our longest session yet, but that was good.
Yeah.
Good to get it done early in the weekend. What do you have planned for next week? Anything?
I don't know. I might extend or might not extend this place.
Nice. Well, enjoy your company. Hopefully, on the next thing, I've made some progress towards either selling one business or potentially doing this other one. We'll see. I need to think about it a bit more.
If you come to Koh Samui in 2 weeks, let me know. What are you going to do there on the islands? Rent a hut and just surf every day?
No. Koh Samui is not like... Koh Samui is quite built up. It's small, but it's built up. I'd probably get a villa. There's a nice gym there that I like. There's a really nice co-working space. I just want to get some sun, hit the gym. I love the other European girls that come and holiday there. It's my favorite, man. It's my favorite.
Be sure to let me know. If you go there, how long are you going to stay there? Month?
I'll be there for 3 months at least. Yeah.
Wow. So all 3 months on this island?
No. So if I go, I'll probably be... I want to try Rawai on the south of Phuket. I've never been there, but apparently that's kind of like a up-and-coming digital nomad spot. So I'll probably do 2 weeks there. I've never been to Krabi, actually. Have you been there? Mm-hmm. Is it good?
I forgot. I need to check. Probably yes. I think that name sounds familiar too.
Krabi would be cool, so maybe go there. Dude, there's just so many places. Like, there's a lot of places I want to go.
Do you know all the way in the north of Thailand, like Chiang Mai, Chiang Rai, they have a famous tourist thing called Hai Giang Loop. Have you heard of it?
I thought that's in Vietnam.
Vietnam?
The Hai Giang Loop, and you do it on a bike.
Oh, yeah. Okay,
that's in Vietnam. That's in Vietnam. Oh. And you do like a multi-day, and it's like super beautiful.
It's so cool, bro.
Have you done it?
No. I forgot.
We should plan to do it.
Yeah. That's like a week thing, you know. We can fly on Monday, fly back Saturday. It'll be once in a lifetime experience. I'm pretty good, I'm sure. Even though we're in our 60s, we think back, yo, bro, you remember that time, bro? It's one of some sort of hardship, you know.
Yeah. That would be fun. You ride a scooter or a bike?
Both. You know how to ride a manual. I know how to motorcycle. You know, changing gears 1 to 3. I know how to ride that. Also, a manual car. I know how to drive.
Damn. Okay. I only know how to do scooter, but I think that's fine for the loop. And I think you stop at certain points along the way. Is it rainy season in Vietnam? I'm guessing it is.
Sam Parr from My First Million, he said this, right? Now the generation of males, the problem is we're too fucking soft. You know, the males, we bond over trauma and hardship. You have to go through something difficult with your bros. bond, the bromance is it would be something you will never feel again for the rest of your life. So,
dude, true.
Me as someone, yeah.
We're doing the loop.
Yeah.
And dude, I think it'd be like what? It'd be like an hour flight to Vietnam.
Yeah, extremely.
Yeah, it'd probably take
Thailand, Bangkok is the central of all Southeast Asia. It's extremely cheap to fly to everywhere.
Bro, they call it the gateway or the gate of Asia or something like that. And it's so true. So true. Because you go there and you can go anywhere else. Yeah, at one point when I was in Bangkok, my parents flew to Phuket and I went and met them. Like, took a 1 hour flight. It cost like $40. Went, spent the weekend with them and then flew back. And it was so cool.
Do you know Yes Theory?
Yeah.
The YouTube channel. I recently got inspired by them a lot. Do you know, just because you're only in your 20s once, right? Each decade you're older, you're higher and higher, more and more risk adverse. So I think we're now in our 20s have passed by more than half already, you know. We're in the latter half of our 20s. I just want to do something cool, you know, make my life worth my youth, do something memorable.
And it's like in 10 years when we have a wife and kids, potentially, it's like we're not going to be able to drop everything.
Oh, no, fuck it. You'll be in a resort with water parks. I think that is very... I saw this, I forget YouTube or Instagram video. So a bunch of high school, they, like, you know, every like boys group, we need to go to this country, do blah, blah. They actually rented a van and drove across the country. They actually did that trip. The trip actually made out of the group chat, you know. They bought a secondhand, like a school bus or something. They renovated everything. Very inspiring.
Fuck, that's sick, man. Dude, you've got me, I get easily distracted. I'm like, I want to do this business, I want to do this business. Then you bring that up, I was like, fuck, I want to drop everything and just go ride that loop for a week, bro. It's tempting. The only problem now is it's rainy.
Let me check that.
What are you doing in like November?
I don't know. I don't know.
Because I'll still be around Thailand. So what I'm going to do, the reason I think in 2 weeks is I'm going to apply for that 6-month visa, Thailand visa in 2 weeks. And if that goes through, then you start getting 6 months every visit. And I would love to, I'd love to do that Vietnam thing in November. Even if we spend a week, do the whole loop. It's once in a lifetime. It's not rainy season, so November is when rainy season ends.
Yes.
And dude, I'm down. Let's actually try and make that happen.
I have a lot of inspirational quotes, like meant for boys down my nose. I will save them for later. I think you got enough hype for this.
Yeah, I understand. We'll slowly build the hype as we keep doing podcasts.
Yeah, my blood is pumping. I need to release some stress now.
Yeah, cool, bro. That's the pod. Speak to you.
Fire, bro. 10 out of 10 pod.
Yeah, 10 out of 10.
All right. 10 out of 10. Wait, remember, don't close the tab yet until the upload is finished.
Easy, bro. Easy, bro. I'll speak to you next week. Enjoy with your companion.
See ya,
man. Fun. All right, see ya.